Listen up, Earth Angels. You don't worry about what's missing because you already feel like you have everything. And that's what's important. Because you've cultivated this profound, actually, you have cultivated this profound, sense of fulfillment because you have been practicing focusing on gratitude and what you appreciate rather than focusing on what's missing. I could be out here being like, yeah, I own a home and I have an amazing, brilliant, supportive husband, and I have the body, I have the skin, I have the face, I have the confidence, but oh, I don't have what's missing. Oh, I don't have a baby. Even though, that would make my life much less fulfilling, much less satisfying. So you are not spending your time worrying about what isn't there. And that's how you get more of what you want, by focusing on what you have. Powerful and very brilliant. Ugh, that looks so lovely. Look, I put this little, it's a little hijab, so it would block the light from the ring light, and I think I got it. I love this kind of like double, quadruple arm thing. It's giving that one God with a lot of arms, and this is just doubling down on the message that like we get double of everything. We have everything we want. And what we want is to have more than enough. And you got it. You might have come from a family, you might have been in environments where people, for whatever reason, they tend to focus on what's missing. They tend to focus on how they are missing, they don't have enough time. They don't have enough energy. They don't have enough resources. They don't have enough support. And when they spend their creative energy focusing on what's missing, the universe reflects that back. When I was telling Billy what I was going to talk about today, he was like, the title is You Don't Worry About What's Missing because you already feel like you have everything. He was like, you feel? Yeah, feeling is the important thing. It doesn't matter if you actually, in fact, in the 3D have everything. If you don't feel it, you're not going to be able to enjoy the benefit of having everything. And we see this over and over again. There are lots of people who have more money in the bank account than you, who maybe have more relationships, have more visibility, have more fame, but they don't have as much fulfillment as you. I bet many of them have this feeling that they've had since childhood that they never have enough. We never have enough. And so, even though they have everything, they're still unfulfilled because they've told themselves that is how the world is. They've told themselves there's always something missing. There's always something more. You can never have made it. But you've always had a suspicion that that's not true. You've always wondered how so many people can have everything, all of the trappings of success, and still want to unalive themselves, still want to do self-sabotaging things that make them lose all of the success, the money, the relationships. It's because their nervous system didn't feel safe with more. Their nervous system told them that it's unsafe to receive. You've been unlearning that though. You're like, it's not going to be me. I'm not going to be one of the statistics of lottery winners who loses all of my money in the first 5 years. You're doing the work now to get your nervous system comfortable with increasing amounts of what you want, increasing amounts of fulfillment and satisfaction. So it doesn't matter if you have all the money, you have the house, you have the person. if you're focused on what's missing, that will be reflected to you. And pretty soon, you'll find more is missing. But you get that. And you're seeing how when you institute this daily devotional practice of gratitude and appreciation, you just like walk about your house and you're like, oh, I'm so glad I can walk around easily. I'm so glad that I don't have to go to work. I'm so glad that I don't have some boss nagging at me or some, person being like in my dreams or, like you just see all the things that you have and you're so grateful. Let me tell you about this dream I had last night, okay? So I'm in a school bus with Billy and a bunch of like other kind of young people. And we're driving through this city and like in the distance you can see like these helicopters, like a helicopter flies into like a, what do you call it? Like a radio tower and like explodes. And then like there's this other helicopter that like you can tell it like kind of crashed into the ground and another and like just like, oh shit, like what's going on? Anyway, so we're in this bus in the dream and we go to this like nice hotel. We get to this nice hotel and we go through the lobby and we go to this huge pool, okay? And so we get to the pool, Billy hops in and I'm a little in my mind in the dream. I'm like, oh my God, I like seems like something's about to go down. Like these helicopters are like being shot from the sky or falling from the sky. Like what the heck is going on? And I'm stressing about it, but I'm glad I'm with Billy. But I look over and Billy is in the pool and he's swimming. He's like swimming laps and he like goes underwater and like he's under there for like a little bit longer than I'm comfortable because in the waking life, Billy doesn't really know how to swim. But in this dream, he's like mermaid and he's like, going to the bottom and like having a tea party. And like, I'm just like, and I'm kind of stressed because also I noticed there isn't a lifeguard. And so I'm like, does Billy even know how to swim like that? How is he like going underwater so much and like swimming laps? Who is this man? This is not the Billy I know. But it's fine. Every time I'm like a little stressed, like he like resurfaces and then he like is splashing around. And so there's also like still these other people are, there. And someone is like, okay, let's like group up into like, couples and groups of threes and things. And so I'm like, ooh, okay, let me get Billy. And I can't find Billy. And so like, someone is like a girl is like, hey, you be in my group with this person. We're going to be in a threesome. And I was like, okay, awesome. Like, I do want to like, have you seen where Billy is? And she's like, oh, I think I saw him go upstairs. He threw something down. So I'm like looking at Billy and anyway, I woke up and I was so glad that like, I knew Billy is downstairs in the waking life. Billy is downstairs doing his thing. He's working on a new song. It's so good. I can't wait till it comes out. But I woke up and I like go and tell him about this dream. And in my dreams, Billy is not always in my dreams, but when he is, he's like the calm kind of center. He's how I know everything's okay. Like in that one dream where I was like falling and it was like I was flying through the air and I was holding onto this, rug and I look over and Billy's there and he's just looking so serene. And I'm like, oh my gosh, wait, maybe I'm on a magic carpet. That's why Billy's not freaking out. And I feel like I'm falling and I'm holding onto a rug. Magic carpet situation. So in this dream, I was like stressing because there were these, it seemed like there was supposed to be an imminent societal collapse. Okay. There were these helicopters flying into buildings and the ground and radio towers. And I'm stressing and I'm like, oh. But then it's not like we were like swerving around these things. We just like went to this hotel and then got in a pool and then Billy's just splashing around. I'm like, I'm trying to not like, ruin his fun. I'm trying to play it cool in this dream. But I am like, come on, Billy, like, what are you doing in the water? Like, come on, and I had this anxiety. Whoa! Oh my God. Confirmation vision board falls and hits me in the back of the butt. Tell me what you think that means. Oh my God. This is my vision board, by the way. So good. So brilliant. Oh, it's kind of hard to see with the light. But we got our northern lights. We've got the pyramids. Ooh, we've got some fireflies. We've got Jesus, Harriet Tubman, Cleopatra. Yeah. Anyway. Okay. As I was saying, in a lot of my dreams, I notice that like I'm not able to fully immerse in the dream because like in my dream, I'm looking for someone. I'm like, where's Billy? Like I want to have this experience in the dream, but like with Billy and he's like off doing something and I'm not able to be fully present because I'm like, oh, Billy's missing from this experience. Even though even in the dream, he's always fine. He's just splashing around somewhere, going to the bathroom or something. And like, I'm over here like stressing because I'm afraid if something goes down, he's not there. Then I'll have to spend time like going to find him and like not wanting to get separated. And so I want to get better at lucid dreaming because I do want to really try choosing what I worry about in a dream. If I choose to worry about anything, I want to practice how I do in my waking life, noticing why everything is fine, why I already have everything, why I already feel the safety, why I already feel the belonging, why I already feel, confirmation burp. I already feel the support. I already feel resourced. I already feel free. And so because of that, I can enjoy everything I have. I already feel like I have everything. So I'm not out here like being like, oh, but I don't have this. Oh, but Billy's not here. Oh, but this person doesn't know where I am. I'm not worrying about that. You're not worrying about that. And yeah, so you see these celebrities who on paper have everything, the fame, the accolades, the success, the money. They have the financial security. But if they don't feel secure, if they don't feel like it's enough, if they don't feel the fulfillment, then it doesn't matter how much they want. And in fact, because I think they keep saying the fulfillment is outside of them, it's a little bit in the future. If they just close this one more deal, if they just get these however many more, subscribers or whatever, if, I just get chosen by this other person, then I will feel the fulfillment. Then the fulfillment is always going to be in the future. And so you see that you have to feel fulfilled now and then just wait patiently, excitedly, expectantly for the 3D to catch up and to continue to confirm what you believe, because that's what the universe is doing. That's what spirit, God, the divine is doing. It's just reflecting back to you what you already believe. So if you believe there's always something missing, the universe is like, whatever you say, boss. Okay, here's another thing that's missing. Oh, that makes you feel, secure, right? The knowledge, the familiarity, the confirmation. And so if you don't feel fulfilled, if you feel like there's something missing, the universe is like, okay, bet, and reflect that back to you. Conversely, if you are always like, wow, I have everything, oh my gosh, the universe is going to reflect back more things that you didn't even realize you had. And you're like, oh my gosh, I have that. Oh man, I remember when I didn't have that, and now I have that. I have it so securely that I forget that I even have it. And then you have the opportunity to be grateful for something again, rather than leaning on maybe what your parents taught you, which was to be safe. You gotta like plan for, everything going wrong. You got to see why it's not perfect. You got to see what's missing. You got to see why it's not all it's cracked up to be. But you don't actually have to do that. And in fact, orienting yourself that way just gets you more of what you don't want to see. You see how it's not as good as it could be, if that's what you're looking for. And conversely, if you are looking for how this is even better than you expected, you'll see it. And so that's why you're just experiencing so much fulfillment right now, because you have been in a practice of gratitude and appreciation and awe and wonder of all that you have, of all that you've created, of how lucky you are. Oh my gosh. Another thing about that dream, the helicopters crashing and stuff, and then me and Billy just like went to this fancy pool. I was thinking about how my Palestinian family has to deal with that all the time, actually, in an even more, intense way. Like they're actively being targeted by a, hyper militarized, super racist, barbaric terrorist state. So, like, you know, my friend Asma, her husband will go get groceries, and she just has to like hope that he isn't unalived on the way. Oh my God. So even thinking about that makes me even more appreciative of the easy, chill ass life. Say what you want about my life. I am not worried about helicopters crashing or drone strikes or famine. And so, like, you could have this really perfect life, but you're like, but I don't have enough things on the schedule. Like, do you need the things on the schedule? Or did you just learn that you're safe when you're busy? Did your nervous system learn that you are only safe to receive if you have first worked for it, if you first earned it? Mm. If you are oriented that way, then you might not believe that you deserve to have everything you want. You might not feel safe having everything you want. You might have associated having everything you want with, someone corrupt, someone abusive. And so you're like, I don't want to be someone corrupt and abusive. So you push away the things that you want. You push away everything that would give you the fulfillment because you're afraid of fulfilling some, prophecy that like, oh, if you have money, you'll be corrupted. If you have freedom, you're gonna ruin it. If you have it all, you don't really have it all. So go look for the thing that you don't have and go get that. Babe, please. We're not doing that anymore. You feel it, and I'm here to confirm you. You have everything. Do you believe that? Does that feel true? What comes up when I say that? Do you really believe that you have everything? Because you are the source. Even this message, you've been looking for confirmation, for direction, for purpose, for someone to reflect back to you what you've been thinking. You are the ultimate authority, though. You're the source. Even coming across this video, you put that energy out there. You staying through the video, that's because you want it to be true, and you're the boss. And so it is. Wow. I look so pretty. God, I just love that. Yeah. I want to analyze more of that dream because like I feel like now that I've had some time to think about it, I think it's very telling that there were these helicopters flying into a radio tower. Citizens don't really own helicopters. So those must have been like the state kind of crumbling, and running into a radio tower. That means like the state isn't able to communicate and give their messaging. Yeah. Because I feel like the Matrix wants you to think you don't have everything. They want you to think that the state, they've got access to everything. The enemy, whoever you think has power over you, they have everything. They have the money, they have the connections, they have the platform, they have the ability, they have the support. But you're starting to realize that you do too. Never in history have people been able to share their thoughts so easily, so freely to so many people. So much of like these movements before, they spent so much time trying to figure out how to like get like pamphlets, how to write it down on a thing and to give it to people and to like gather everyone at a meeting so that this person can give their speech. Now you can just talk your shit and put a video on the internet and it lives forever. And so whenever your people are supposed to find the message, they will. And it's going to be perfect. And so in the meantime, you just got to enjoy the ride, baby. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 And everything around her is a silver pool of light. People who surround her feel the benefit of it. It makes you calm. She holds you captivated in her palm. Suddenly I see, this is what I want to be. Suddenly I see, why the hell it means so much to me. This is what I want to be. Suddenly I see, why the hell it means so much to me. That song's so pretty. I've always loved it. It's been coming to me these past couple of days. So I feel like you've been having sudden breakthroughs, new clarity, new insights, new epiphanies. And you're not focused on like, oh man, I don't have this information. I'm missing this information. No, you're not. You have everything you need. You have the ability to gain anything else that you should want or need. All right. I've delivered the message. Yeah, I've delivered the message. Okay, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. This is all made up. You're doing an excellent job. Keep going. Keep being grateful. Don't worry about what's missing. Doesn't even exist. It's literally missing. So don't worry about it. Okay? Like, comment, subscribe. Love you so much. And I'll talk to you Earth Angels tomorrow, okay? Love you. Bye.